looking at this, like Montreal trading Jake Allen and Joel Edmondson, I feel like Allen they might keep for the veteran presence. But again, like if they're going to acquire a younger goalie and they already have Allen and Montembeault, there's going to be a move there. But Joel Edmondson, I feel like there's a very big chance he's going to get traded. Same with Hoffman, Pitlick and Weidman. Like I could see those scenarios. And just kind of, we're going to roll through here just some fun scenarios. So this is on Cap Friendly, submitted by fans. So you're not getting analyst or like insider reports here. But I have checked that some of these are based on like what Friedman said. And obviously like you'll see through some here, like Pierre-Luc Dubois to Montreal is going to keep on. I mean, there's going to be rumors around it. So I like this one. I mean, I think Montreal would have to retain on Edmondson for Tampa. I think Montreal and Tampa could make a trade. Like between Edmondson, I've seen like a scenario where Christian Dvorak goes to Tampa. But in the offseason, that would be there'd have to be retention there. But yeah, I mean, that's an interesting return for Montreal there. But I've seen, I mean, here's what I'll say. Like just based on my own speculation, I think there's a good chance Montreal and Calgary can make a trade in the offseason just based on Calgary trying to change things up. And we'll see as I make this video if they make the playoffs or not. Probably not. But Montreal getting Pelche, I mean, that would be a decent part of a return for Josh Anderson. And that's kind of what Montreal's expecting for a return. There was rumors that Montreal got offered a first-round pick for Anderson. So if it's a first-round pick and a decent young player like Pelche, especially like a guy that's going to be from Quebec, I mean, that's a pretty good return. So we'll see what happens. But just ripping through some more here. Pierre-Luc Dubois, we'll see it. I feel like, Winnipeg would target like a Dvorak or like a younger player there. I wonder if they'd target like a Kirby Dach. I think that would be Winnipeg's first choice, like getting a Kirby Dach and a first-round pick, plus for Pierre-Luc Dubois. But we'll see what happens. But Montreal getting Yamamoto here, middle stat. But the Huberdeau one I've talked about too, and I'll even just like pull it up. This is another one sent to me. Toffoli back to Montreal, like that would be really interesting. And honestly, I see a scenario where one of two things happen. Either Josh Anderson gets reunited with Toffoli in Calgary, or Toffoli gets reunited with Josh Anderson in Montreal. I think Montreal and Calgary could make a trade. I mean, this is such a hot take, but it's fun for the conversation. I feel like they might try to dump the Armia contract this offseason. But again, like this one submitted by a fan, Joshua Waugh for Pierre-Luc Dubois. I think Habs fans want to see Joshua Waugh through. So I don't know if that would be a trade Montreal would want. But again, Edmondson being traded, I think is likely. This is the Dvorak one I was talking about. So Dvorak retained to Tampa. But Carter Hart to Montreal. I mean, in terms of younger goalies, in terms of looking for, I would say you're just franchise goalie going forward, Montreal taking advantage of Philly's situation and going after Carter Hart could be a W. Just going to keep scrolling through here. So this one has Montreal drafting Adam Fantilli. I don't know if I love the fits here, but again, I think they'll want to keep Michar, but a first-round pick Dvorak, first-round pick Kirby Dach, I feel like that would be the, groundwork for a deal to get Pierre-Luc Dubois in Montreal. This one's so hot take-ish. I mean, I saw this, just to create the conversation, but in terms of like cap, and again, Josh Anderson, I don't think he's waving to Winnipeg, but Owen Beck could be a guy that Winnipeg targets as well. So keep an eye on that. I do think there's chances of LA going back after Joel Edmondson. Past that, I mean, if we're just looking at the lineup here, that's not happening. But you know what? A lot of those players, like I feel like they could re-sign Monahan less than 4.5. I would guess in around $3 million for Monahan. Another Dubois scenario, and I know that they titled this one. So to me, looking at this is very similar to the Kevin Fiala package. So shout out to the person that made this one. Like a first-round pick, a prospect, and another young player. There you go. Additional details. So Fiala.